In closing, I would like to present the personal Bill of Rights that were set up and originated by Charles Whitfield. It is a very good alternative to the old family rules, and I'm going to briefly review those before closing this video. If these new rules are followed, shame is impossible and only appropriate guilt would be left. Number one is I have numerous choices in my life beyond mere survival. Kids who have grown up in dysfunctional families are just lucky to get through the day, and they don't think it will ever get better. They're just trying to hold on. They're survivors. Number two, I have a right to discover and know my own child within me, which is just being the human part of me. Number three, I have a right to grieve over what I didn't get that I needed, or what I got that I didn't want or need. Number four, I have a right to follow my own values and standards. 5, I have a right to recognize and accept my own value system as appropriate. 6, I have a right to say no to anything when I'm not ready, it is unsafe, or it violates my boundaries and my values. In other words, I have a right to boundaries. 7, I have a right to dignity and respect. 8, I have a right to make decisions. Very often, adult children don't feel like they have even a right to decide. They look to other people to decide for them. Number 9, I have a right to determine and honor my own priorities. 10, I have a right to have my own needs and wants respected by others. However, that doesn't mean that you're going to get everything you want, but it does mean that you should be treated in a decent fashion. Number 11, I have a right to terminate conversations with people who make me feel put down or humiliated. Very often, adult children think in black and white terms. They think that in order to be a nice person, they must stay nice and polite no matter what somebody does to them. Think of the idea of minimum force. If somebody yells at me, I can hang up the phone. That's exactly what I should do. I'm not going to sit and allow somebody to abuse me. They've broken the contract on their side. I have a right not to be responsible for other people's behavior, actions, feelings, or problems. Number 13, I have a right to make mistakes and not to be perfect. 14, I have a right to expect honesty from others. 15, I have a right to my feelings, all of them. Feelings, again, are neutral. 16, I have a right to be angry at someone that I love. 17, I have a right to be uniquely me without feeling that I'm not good enough. 18, I have a right to feel scared and say I'm afraid. 19, I have a right to experience and then let go of fear, guilt, and shame. Adult children have been so overwhelmed by how they feel that they don't think they have a choice and believe that feelings will never go away. Actually, they do if a person has good boundaries. 20, I have a right to make decisions based on my feelings, my judgment, or any reason that I choose. 21, I have a right to change my mind at any time. 22, I have a right to be happy. 23, I have a right to stability, roots, and stable, healthy relationships of my choice. 24, I have a right to my own personal space and time. You are not at other people's beck and call if you don't want to be. 25, there's no need to smile when I cry. Often people are so dissociated from their feelings that that's exactly what they do. They essentially feel bad but are trying to take care of the person that they are talking to at the same time. 26, it is okay to be relaxed, playful, and frivolous. 27, I have a right to be flexible and be comfortable doing so. 28, I have a right to change and grow, and that possibility is indeed real. 29, I have a right to be open, to improve communication skills so that I might be understood. 30, I have a right to make friends and be comfortable around people. 31, I have a right to be around A non-abusive environment, that means no abuse in a very real sense. The hallmark of mental health is the intolerance of being abused, not the other way around. 32, I can be healthier than those around me. A person doesn't have to match their feelings to the other person and be miserable just because the other person hurts. 33, I can take care of myself no matter what. 34, I have a right to grieve over actual or threatened losses. 35, I have the right to trust others who earn my trust and not for those who don't. 36, I have a right to trust myself and forgive myself. 37, I have a right to give and receive unconditional love. That does not mean parental love, which should expect nothing in particular back from a child. It means equal adult love that has no petty conditions. It focuses on the giving more than the receiving. It is possible to overcome the effects of growing up in a dysfunctional family and develop real individuation and maturity and stop the cycle of abuse. And these alternative rules can help you do that.